So I created a new world, and I thought long and hard about what to name it. Something original. Something no one has ever named a world before. Minecraft. The most original name out there. So I created my world, and I set through the longest loading screen that I cut down for your pleasure. After that awfully long loading screen was done, I loaded into my world, and I looked around, and I noticed I'm on a pretty small island. So I did what little exploring that needs to be done on that island, and I looked and I noticed that there was an even bigger island. I walked closer and I thought about taking it over, but I decided against it. So I just kept doing a little bit of exploring. Then I saw two other islands. I, I saw that big flat one over there, and I thought that was a good island. I might go to that one later. But then I thought about deleting the world because, who likes islands? And then I thought, you know what? I like islands. So I punched some grass, and I punched some wood, and I gathered me some resources. After I knocked down that tree, I punched a little bit more grass, hoping for some seeds, because that's my only way of food. And luckily, I got some on the second to last seed. And I crafted me a crafting table, some sticks, and then I decided to craft your mom. And then I planted the seeds right in the middle of my island. After I decided to claim this island as mine, I chopped down that other oak tree. Then I looked at how ugly the birchwood was. So I decided to punch the leaves of the oak tree because I do not want to build out of birch. And I was really hoping to get a sapling here. I thought I wasn't. But there's one right there. So I placed it down and I kept breaking the leaves. But all I got out of the rest of the leaves was 2 sticks. So I went to my crafting table and I saw 2 sheep spawn. And, and that was weird. And one decided to start eating my grass. I didn't like that too much, so I thought about killing it. But then I decided to keep it. And I'm glad I did that, because they're my only friends out here on the ocean. So I crafted me a pickaxe and shovel, and I thought about where to make my mine. And I dug down, right next to the sand. And I found some coal. So I mined that coal, but I didn't want to deal with the sand, so I took a right. I thought it was going to get pretty dark down here, so I made me some torches out of that one coal that I found. I placed down another torch after I mined a row, because it was getting pretty dark down here. Then after the area was lit up, I noticed this weird poop-colored ore, so I mined it with my pickaxe. But to my surprise, I didn't get the resource. So I went back up to the top to craft me a better pickaxe, in hopes that it would allow me to mine that poop ore. I went back down, and I started to mine it. So I decided to mine it all, because this is my island indeed. So I might as well take every last thing that this land has for me. So I made my way back up to see if I could smelt this ore, that I later found out was copper ore. I remembered I had a sapling and I placed it down. Then I made me 2 furnaces and I placed them down. Checked all my seeds. Tried to get another seed. Didn't work. I made my way back down to go mine the rest of that coal so I could smelt this copper. I mined all that I could see, and I made my way back up to the surface. I split it 50-50 between the furnaces. To no one's surprise, it gave me a copper ingot. So, I went in the crafting table to see what I could craft. And then I found out I could craft a lightning rod. But I had to wait for those last 2 ones to smelt. But they were already done. So, I made me the lightning rod that I had no clue what to do with, and I decided to place it down on my island. Maybe I can make some electricity later on. So I took the rest of it to see if I could make a copper block. But then I saw a spyglass. So I went to see what that purple gem was. Turns out it's an amethyst shard, which I don't know how to get. So I kept looking. But I didn't see it. Then I found it. But I had to wait for 2 more copper to get done. So I went to go share my riches. I gave 1 to the gray sheep, 1 to the white sheep. They didn't want it. So I took my copper back from their grubby little hands, and I went to go chop down this birch tree, because I want that off my island. And I can cook it down to make some charcoal. So, best of both worlds. After I chopped all the birch wood down, I started smelting the birch wood. Then I went to go craft a copper block. And I placed down the copper block right over there. Then I made a little bead out of it. It sounds pretty jolly. And then I noticed the sapling that's trying to spread. The infection is trying to spread on my island. So I placed it down, and I made a sign to properly name what this forest is gonna be. But first I moved the copper from that putrid block. That sounds like a fitting name. And I noticed another one. So I decided, you know what? Let's let it live, just so I can watch it die. Then I noticed it was getting nighttime. But I ignored it. But I did craft me a sword so I could defend myself. I noticed a tree grew. And I kinda wussied out, and I made me a tower. Now I can see all of my land, which isn't much, but it's home. And I waited in terror as the mobs started spawning in behind me. I hopped on the oak tree, did a little bit of parkour around my island. I noticed that birch tree was finally leaving my island. And I noticed the first mob to spawn. Just a little spider. And then two more spiders and creepers. I hate creepers. I think everyone does. I crafted me a crafting table because there was no way I was going down for that one. Put all my items in a chest. Lit up the area. Then I put all my items in the chest. Except for my sword. Because I was going to go defend my land. Starting with this zombie. Now he's gone. I just gotta defend off all the waves. I went and fought the spider who was just trying to be a little mermaid. He didn't give me any string, just his eyeballs. Then I got ambushed by a zombie while I was in the water. I defended him. I fought him off. Then I had to go defend Gray Sheep. He was getting chased. Then I fought another spider. I got 2 string. That's great. And I noticed there was a villager zombie. I decided to kill him, because I couldn't save him. Then I killed his buddy. Then I noticed there was a creeper. I decided to run in and swing. Then I ran away. And then I did it again. I swung at him, and I ran away. And then I did it one last time, and I got him. But sadly, no gunpowder. Then I saw a sapling drop, so I picked up all the saplings in the area, and expanded my charcoal farm. I had to make the area big enough so they would spawn, but I noticed there was 3 zombies. So I decided to defend my crops and my land. I killed all 3 of them, and I only took 1.5 hearts of damage. So I decided to tidy up my vantage point. Then I saw another zombie spawned, but I didn't mind him too much. And then he snuck up on me. Then I fell in the hole. That could have been bad, but luckily I killed him. I kept tidying up my vantage point, and I decided to make me a little tower, or finish the base of my tower. But I saw a witch, and I decided I was going to trap it. But I ended up trapping myself. Trap. So, I started going to her, trying to keep my distance and lure her to me. But then I realized, you know what? I got a sword. So I went head on. But she splashed me with a splash potion. But I killed her. Then I decided to kill this spider, because I gotta defend my land. Then I was worried about the poison, because it's getting me really low. I was down to half a heart. So I just sat there. Then I noticed more zombies were rushing me. So I finished building the tower. But I couldn't, so I had to fight off the zombie. Then I finished the tower. I broke down the middle so I could get up. And then I placed the doorway. Then I looked around and I decided I'm too low for this. So I built up to the tower to make it to a safe vantage point. I ate my rotten flesh because that's the only food I've got. It gives me hunger, but if I don't move, then I don't lose too much hunger. I stayed up there and I was gonna wait out the night. Then I noticed I could make a candle. That's pretty cool. I looked up how to make a fishing rod, and it turns out I needed a crafting table for that. So I went to my crafting table, and I got enough string, so I can do some fishing. I heard an Enderman bouncing around. Then I looked at the Enderman, and I noticed there was a whole mob of zombies and spiders. So I ate their flesh, and I laughed at them. I kept eating that rotten flesh. It tasted pretty good, but my stomach didn't like it. I crafted me a fishing rod, and I put it right back in my... I grabbed some wood to make some sticks. I was gonna make some ladders, but I didn't have enough sticks. So I thought about going down there and chopping down that tree, but I didn't do it. I made my way back down there to go fight some more mobs. I killed that skeleton hoping to get some bones for my crops. And I got one, and a bow. That was a pretty good find. I decided to fight that spider, and then a zombie approached us, so I had to finish him off too, while trying not to hit the dolphin. And then a creeper charged me, and then he blew up, and I was at half a heart, so I ran to my vantage point. I built up quicker than I've ever built before. And I stored all my stuff in my chest. And then after I stored everything, I went to go take a look, and I saw a creeper, and I really didn't want to go down there, because I'm at half a heart, and I'm about to die. So I tried to lure him around the other side so I could jump off. I noticed I had no food to heal up. I looked at the moon was finally setting. Then I decided that I'll quit for today, and I'll come back and try this tomorrow. So if you like this video and you want to see more like it, press the subscribe button and press the like button. That would really help me out. Thank you, and come back tomorrow.